have your attention, please?
Colin Murnane is a Wicklow boy born and raised. He went to college to study communications, finishing with a serious film piece that everybody laughed at. It even won a Trinity College Award. Anyway, armed with his many talents, he immediately became a TV presenter. With his wacky style of presenting, he's used to just about anything, from being a gladiator, doing assault courses, or items about farm safety. And now, he's going to do stand-up. Give it up for Colin Murnane!
You can tell it wasn't me who rehearsed last.
Welcome back. This is Grand Central Station. There's a big fight going on next door in Madison Square, for it is the final knockout round of the jackpots. We have had 4 qualifying rounds already today. Charlie, our computer, has picked 10 people from each round, which is why there's 40 names zooming up the screen. Those are our 40 players. They only know it. They're the only ones who know it. It's a half-price call, and if the 40 of you fancy playing in the Eliminator, I suggest you dial that number now.
I think this is the right door. I'm hoping it is. Otherwise, we won't know what we're talking about. Hi.
Hello?
Are you Barbie?
That would be me.
I'm Colin. How do you do, Barbie?
Hi, nice to see you.
Channel 5 coming into your house. Is that okay?
Hello, that's great. Come on in, come on in.
Barbie, why I've come here today is because we've been told that you've got a strange problem which involves not being able to keep your clothes on, and we just went, I don't believe that. Can't be true, can it? Is that true?
Yes, I guess so.
Holy moly, you're doing it now. Hey, this is Abigail. Why don't you? If you've just stumbled by, this is the first time we've been what we consider here late night.
Oh, yes.
It's 7:15. You can sort of get away with having yourself a nice strong drink at this hour of the day. So we might have new players out there who haven't seen us before, who aren't really getting the whole thing. It's simple. It's a numbers game on TV where you play from the comfort of your own home. Every single person watching the show can be on the show.
You had some ideas yourself when you were told you were getting chemo, what you were going in for. What did you think it would be?
Ooh, complete shock horror to start with. Because it's like you've always imagined like everybody walking around, obviously no hair, and people being ill.
Is it just your head that you get the hair loss on now? Your eyebrows?
No.
Like they're trying to get back to it, is there? Everywhere?
The lot.
I mean everywhere?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I started off with a tumour in my abdomen about that sort of size.
Big thing.
And little bits in my lungs. Yeah. And it's now down to about that sort of size.
Because of the drugs?
Yeah.
And what are they going to do with the little bit that's left?
They're going to get an operation to get them out of my back.
So you've still got an operation to go through?
Yeah.
Well, best to look at that. But I think it just goes to show, because it's secondary cancers they're removing, not your testicular one, that the quicker you spot you have it, the less chance it has to spread. That's the one thing we're learning all the way through this. Yeah.
Our top baby's top of the pile. There's the catch it in the litter tray. The catch it in the litter. The catch it in the litter tray. The catch it in the litter tray. Catch it in the litter tray. Catch it in. The catch it in the litter tray. Sadie and Erith, Andy Chicken's mother-in-law in Lincoln, James in Paisley. They do spend hours coming up with these names, Jim.
They do.
50, 5 and 0, 50.
There's got to be a book, surely.
They probably just look online. 1 and 8, 18. You can find most things online, I believe.
The other thing, too, is about the Queen being online, is it didn't strike me as such a surprise that the Queen would be online. After all, half the royal family's junior members have been online now for a while, or so it would seem. There's another thing that needs looking into, is that there should be an FA inquiry, because I was reading Paul Merson's biography, and yes, he's a gambler. Yes, he loved a line of cocaine. Yes, he was an alcoholic, but nowhere did it say it was greedy, and according to Baddiel and Skinner, there was 3 lines on that England shirt. Who were the other 2 for? This is Sheriff Joe Arpaio's tented prison. He's a special kind of sheriff. He calls himself the toughest in America. He says he's mean, and he's certainly keen for some strange methods of law enforcement. There's nowhere to hide when the sheriff comes to town. If you're banged up in Sheriff Joe's county jail, then you're on camera 24/7. He likes it. Doesn't care whether you like it or not.
You got one web up there right now.
Where's your web?
See the camera?
We're actually on the World Wide Web right now, standing here. There's cameras pointing us all over the place.
It is? Yeah. How come we don't know about it?
What do the prisoners say when they find out? Do you have to tell them they're on webcam?
Yeah, we let them know. I don't know if the people arrested for soliciting prostitution, the men, if they wave to their wives.
So, do the prisoners enjoy being internet stars?
He's complaining. You want to talk to the guy who complains?
Yeah, well, you're doing it. We'll talk
You want to talk to these guys? They're from England. You know where England is?
I am actually quite nervous right now because I'm really going to do this scan for real. And it is quite nerve-wracking. So do your worst there, Doc.
Right, here we go.
Go.
Go. Now, here comes the cold jelly.
Ooh. That's quite pleasant in a kind of strange way.
There you go. So that's what you're seeing on the screen.
That's me,
Yes.
Mr. Lefty.
Mr. Lefty.
It's like when I look at the baby ones, I can never really see the baby either.
We're taking cross sections through the gland itself.
Oh, so I'm not actually looking at the football. I've sliced it across the football or whatever. I noticed I picked football because it was the largest ball that came to mind. I could have used tennis ball or cricket ball, but I didn't.
Ah.
Aha. Interesting bit.
There.
Yep.
That is a cyst, and it only measures about 2 centimeters. Have you had an injury before?
I play rugby a lot, yeah.
Ah, that's probably what it is. It's not very big, and it's nothing to worry about. It's fairly common. So
When you say it's not very big, you're talking about my cyst, not my...
The cyst is not very big.
Yeah, the rest of it's,
Yeah.
the rest of it's fine.
The testes are a nice size. They're a good size.
Nice size. I like it. They're ample. It's not the most embarrassing thing, isn't the shot of my bum. I've since discovered it is very embarrassing. She once answered the door while breastfeeding me, which is highly fashionable nowadays to breastfeed in public, but in 1972 that was no good. And she just kept doing it. She went to the door, she had me cradle in her arms, and knock on the door. She went to the door, she opened the door, and the lad said, "Is Colin ready for school yet?" "No, lads, he's still having his breakfast. He'll be back to you in a minute." Do you just want to come in? Thank you. Do you want to come in for a cup of tea? They said, "Yes, but we'll take it black, thanks, missus." So...
Hello. Give us a smile. Go on, open wide. Oh, phew. Need to brush up on your brushing? Well, come on then. You put your toothbrush in, your toothbrush out. In, out, brush it all about. This is Liberia, a country torn apart by war, where these children are lucky to be alive. Here, many mothers and babies die in childbirth for want of simple necessities and medical care. Every house in Ireland produces enough carbon emissions in a year to fill 8 hot air balloons. Why don't you come and play with the Tweenies as they're next on CBeebies on BBC Two? A very short story, brought to you by Argos. Steeped in history, legends tell of Celtic tribes on the island between 600 and 150 BC. Invasions by Norsemen.
Enough of the history lesson. Let's talk about now.
Oh, okay.
Together with O'Neill's on next week's Christian O'Connell.
You should be very, very careful what you say.
Oh, a pint of Kilkenny, please.
Because you never know what you'll be remembered for.
Colin Murnane, ladies and gentlemen.